Hello.
Yes, bro.
Yes, Ganesh.
Okay. Then let's start. Sorry for delay. And yeah, welcome to this session 3 of our Python Made Easy. And we are starting with the iteration or looping statements. Last class we have been if else we have learned, and now we are going to the next part of that. That is iteration or looping statements. Generally, this who is annotating, guys? Now it's visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, we are starting with this iteration or looping structure. Generally, this iteration or looping means something we are executing several times as of what we want, which times we want. For example, if you want a statement to be executed for 5 times, we use this looping or iteration statements. In this looping or iteration statement, we have 2 types, while loop and for loop. In other other programming language, we also have do while loop. This for and while loop is known to be as entry check loop. It means that in that we have a condition in the entry itself. If the condition tends to true, the loop will be continued till the condition tends to false. In previous if else, we have learned that if condition gets true, we execute the true part in the if, and if the condition tends to false, else part will be executed. Here, the while and for loop will check a condition. If that condition tends to be true, it will execute the below statements. In other till that condition tends to false for the loop of times. Let me explain it next. Here you can see that flow chart. The condition tends to go. If the condition tends to true, the statement blocks here executed, the statement 1 statement and continuous statements. And this condition, again, the condition is checked. This condition is checked until the condition tends to false. If the condition tends to false, the outer part of the code will be executed. This is known as looping structures. Let me clearly explain this with a famous meme. You have seen this movie, I think so. He came, he slot, he left, repeat. Vanda, sutta, setta, pona. Like that. The loop executes like this only. It will work until the condition tends to be false. Is that clear, guys? What is looping?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Ganesh.
Okay, let's go into our while loop. The syntax of while loop is like this. The while a condition is giving and the condition it tends to do, the statement blocks will be executed. The else part is optional only. You can give if you want, otherwise it is not necessary. The main syntax is while the condition and the statement blocks one. The condition to be in a Boolean expression returning true or false. Like that I greater than or equal to 5, like that the Boolean expressions we having that conditional operators no. Like that we giving a condition to the while. So if the condition tends to fall true, the statement blocks will be executed. Here's the flow chart. In while expression, the while condition is checked. If the condition tends to true, the conditional code will be executed. And this continues until the condition tends to false, the number of times. And then if the condition tends to false, it exits. We will get to know with the example. Here we have given I is equal to 10. So we are initializing a variable I as 10. Now while condition is included. While I is less than or equal to 15. Now we are checking that 10 is less than or equal to 15. It is true. So the print statement will be executed. And the I is incremented in the next line. That I is equal to I plus 1. So now the 10 will be incremented to 11. So now again this condition going inside. So it checked for 11. 11 is lesser than or equal to 15. It tends to true. So it comes, it prints the 11. So next the I is incremented. So this loop continues till the condition tends to false. Here I is less than or equal to 15. So it will run until 15 with a space of lines. This end is equal to slash t. The slash t is a backspace operator, which is known to be a sentence separator like that. We have a space of tab. It means 3 spaces. This is the output of this above code. It prints first 10 and the 10 is incremented to 11. 11 is printed and then incremented to 12. Then the 12 condition is checked. The 12 is less than or equal to 15, so that the 12 is printed, and then printing incremented to 13. 13 is checked and the 13 is less than 15, so the 13 prints, and then 14 is checked. 13 is 13 is incremented to 14 and the 14 is checked, and the 15 is incremented. 15 is less than or equal to 15, so the condition check. Then again 15 is incremented to 16. In this condition, 16 is not lesser than or equal to 15. So the loop terminates. Outside the part, we don't have any other code. So it gets out of the code. This is the output of the above example. Is that clear, guys? Any doubt?
Yeah, Dinesh.
Okay. Then again, we will get out with the else part of the statement. I know I said that the else part is optional only. So here we given an optional else statement that the value of I when the loop exists is when does the loop exist is giving us a else part. We are declaring that the I is incremented to 16 and the 16 is 10 to false. So the 16 will be printed as I. The value of I when the loop exists is 16. So the else part is optional only. Is that clear, guys? Let me open with code. Opening a new, declaring I is equal to 5 and while I is less than or equal to 10. In this while iteration or conditional loop statements, we will use this colon. This colon is to indicate that it has a separate block, like the quotes here, the below this while is these statement blocks for the while. So to show that this belongs to while loop, we are given this colon and this part have been indented. It means spaces we are having. This is known as indentations. Python is working based on this indentation. Based on this indentation only, the loops will be, the statements are to be known as block, that blocks are belongs to this. So this colon and this indentation makes the code to analyze that this is the part of this while loop. This is the block of the for loop. So it's necessary to have this colon and indentation. If that we didn't give, it will throw an error in Python. Python works based on this indentation. So now while we are giving I is less than or equal to 10 and a colon, now automatically there have been indented. This indented will have 3 spaces. 1, 1, 2, 3. Now we are giving print statement, print I. Now I'm saying this. Stop. Now just running. In that, having a tag space with the value of from 5 to 10, because we have given that the starting value is 5, I is equal to 5. So it starts from 5 and the 5 is checked for the condition less than or equal to 10. It tends to true. So it executed until it tends to false. So the false statement will be here at 11. So for the else statement, we can give else colon print the loop edges are the loop edges at 11. It shows. Is anyone having any doubt in this? Why?
No, Dinesh.
Then go to our next. Next, for loop. For loop is the most comfortable loop in every programs. I think instead of using while, we can also use for when we use the while loop when we have something a Boolean conditions to be checked or like that. In for loop, will have a range of conditions. The condition is checked at the beginning and the body of the loop. I already said that the for loop and while loop is an entry check loop. It means it will check the condition at the entry itself and the loop will be executed. This is the syntax for the for loop. For counter variable, this counter variable means that we are having some variables like I, X, A, B, like that. The counter variables like that in sequence. The sequence generally denotes in for loop is for a range of function. Now if for counter variable in sequence, the statement block 1 will be executed. Here also the else part is optional block. The counter variable mentioned in the syntax is similar to the control variable that we use for the other programming languages like C, C++. And in Python, we use a range of function in the sequence to specify the initial, final, and incremental values. I will show that. This is the range of syntax. This range of gets with the 3 arguments passing: start, stop, and step. The stop step means it shows that the for loop will start at what condition the start gives, and the stop gives to the final value where to be stopped. The stop will always be a stop minus 1. It means if we give 5, it will stop at 4. That's the condition for this range syntax. The stop will be always, you can see here. The range of generates a list of values starting from start, still stop minus 1. What we are giving, it will minus for 1. So the step refers to the increment value, that is optional part. This step is optional part only. I will explain this in next code. This is the flowchart for this for loop. We are checking getting in for loop. We are checking for a condition. If that last item is reached, we are checking. No, we are not reached the last condition, means it will go for the body for the loop and continues till the checking condition. It will continue till the last item reached. It means that stop value. Here is the range example. Here the range 1, 30, 1. It means that this 1 is a start value and 30 is a stop value. It means it will run until stop minus 1. It means 29. 30 minus 1, 29. And this iteration will be +1 +1 condition. So this step value is the incremental condition. Here in next we can see that 2, 30, 2. It means that it starts with the value of 2 and it's end with the value of 30 minus 1, 29. And the incremental value will be 2 increments. It means after printing 2, the incremental value will be 4 because 2 will be plus 2 to 2. And the next iteration, the 4 will be plus 2 to 2. Like that, the iteration value is given as the step value. Is that clear, guys? Any doubt in this range?
No doubt.
I'm going fast or not clear anything? I can say.
Sorry, again one time different range.
Range of okay, I will explain. Nothing in for loop we have that syntax is for counter variable in sequence. In sequence we use a range of function in Python. This range of function is nothing but we will give a condition. In while loop we will give a Boolean condition. Now we are known for a limit, how many times it should go. So that in that cases we use this range of function for loop. So in this range of function we will give 3 parameters: start, stop, and step. The start says that the where should the condition starts. It means it condition starts at 1. And the stop value says that where should the conditions to be stopped. The stop value in range will always be stop minus 1. It means here you can see that 30. It will start the condition at 1 and ends the condition at 29 because the range value stop will be stop minus 1. So 30 minus 1, 29. Until the 29, it will run. So the incremental value will given as the third parameter, that is 1. This step is optional. We can give us simply as 1, 30. It generally the iteration for the range of function will be 1 step. If we given if we want to move for 2 or 3 steps, we like other steps what we have for the user, we give that step. In the second example, you can see that 2, 30, 2. Here, the incremental value will be 2, 2. It will not incremental to 1. So after 2 printing the 2 value, it will print 2 plus 2, 4 value. Then again the next iteration, it will print for 4th value. 4 plus 2, 6. Like that. I will show in the code. Yeah. Let's open. Or for variable in sequence. So for variable, we given I. In sequence, sequence is given as range of, we are giving, we will print the 3 tables starting from 3. So 3 comma until 30 itself, and we will incremental by 3. So closing with semicolon and given an indentation. So now we will print I. Now in this statement, we are starting with the value of 3 and ending with the value of 30. It means 30 minus 1, 29. The incremental step value will be 3. It means for the first iteration, it will print 3. And the second iteration, 3 plus 3, it will print 6. So in third iteration, it will print 6 plus 3, 9. Until the condition till 29, it will execute. Wait, I will save and execute. Here to run. So here you can see this 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. We have that stop value until 29. So it's printing until 27 because the next value of 27 plus 3 will be 30. The 30 is not in our condition. Therefore, it will not print that statement. Now, is that clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the range of function. In example 2, we have print with an else statement. After this condition fills, the end of the else part will be executed because the condition has been satisfied. I already said that the indentation is the block of code. Like other languages, we have curly brackets. Like Java and C, C++, we have curly brackets for the block of code for the function or loop statements. Here we have indentations. So the indentation is mandatory. It will throw an error if we didn't put any indentations. This colon will give the indentation. Now we are going to nested loop. We have learned here as a single loop, right? Then we are going for the next nested loop structures. It means it will have number of loops inside it. It is known as nested loops. We will have while, then we have for. So the loop in loop structure is known as nested loop. A loop placed within another loop is called as loop structure, nested loop structure. For example, we want to print a pattern like this 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how it prints? First, we have to print 1. And again, we have to print that 1 with the incremental value of plus 1. So again, we are printing with starting with 1 and incremental with until 3. So like that, we are going. So in this program, you can see that we are initializing first I is equal to n, 1. So in this while condition, we are giving that I is less than or equal to 6. So the first condition is checked. We have said that the while and for loop is a entry check loop. So the condition is checked first. So if the I is 1, so 1 is lesser than or equal to 6, the condition tends to true. So the inner part of the while loop is executed. So going to for. So now for j in range of 1, I, it means we are giving that 1 to n stop value as I. I we are giving 1. So 1 minus 1, 0. So 1, 0, printing just to 1. So the first part of the code is executed as 1. And in next, this print statement executed. So it comes to next print. It means /n. /n is a new line. So the new line is getting in and I is plus equal to 1. So now the I is incremented to 1. So now 2. So again, the condition is going in. So 2. 2 is less than or equal to 6 checking. Now the condition is true. So the for loop is executed. Now the for loop is started from 1 and the I is now 2. So it starts from 2. 2 minus 1, 1. So 1 minus 1, 1. So it printing 1, 2. So like that, the loop will execute until the condition tends to false. Here the condition will fall at 7. Until 6, it will print. Wait, we'll go with code. Done.
Dinesh, can you explain us this one more time?
Yes, Akka, I will code and explain it. Akka.
Yeah.
Now we are initializing I is equal to 1. And we are going with while loop while I is less than or equal to 6. Colon and given an indentation. Now I am putting for loop here. For j in range of 1, 5. We are giving a print statement when j comma n is equal to slash t. This slash t is for tab space. Where we're getting out of the loop and giving a print statement. Print end is equal to slash n. Now we are incrementing I plus equal to 1. So now I'm saving this. Control S 4. Now here you can see this. We are initializing with start value I is equal to 1. So the condition is going in 1. 1 is less than or equal to 6. The condition tends to 2. So the for loop is executed. Now in for loop, it starts from 1, I. We say that the stop is equal to stop minus 1. So now the condition I is 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So 1, 0. It prints nothing because we have end as 0. It doesn't move to the next step itself. So it gives an empty line here. You can see here we are having an empty line. So next line it has a slash n. So come to next line part. And I is plus equal to 1. So the I is incremented to 2. 1 plus 1 we giving 2. So the condition is checked while 2 is less than or equal to 6. The condition tends to true. So the for loop is coming in. Now it starts from 1, 2 minus 1. It means 1, 1. So it print j as 1. So it printing 1. Now the next line is coming in, the slash n. So in next line, the I is plus equal to 1. So now the 2 is incremented to 3. So now the 3 is going in. 3 is less than or equal to 6. It tends to true. So the coming in for loop. Now it comes for 1, 3 minus 1. It means 1, 2. So first printing for 1 and going for loop, and for next it print 2. Then after that, it has been exhausted, so that the for loop will be getting out and the print statement in next line will be executed, that is slash n. So it comes to next line and the I is incremented to 1. So the 3 is incremented to 4. So now 4 is coming in. So 4 is less than or equal to 6. So in for condition 1, 4 minus 1, it means 1, 3. So it tends to 1, 2, and 3 until the condition tends to false. So after the 3, it will tends to false. So the outer part of the loop will be executed. So the print statement will be executed. So a new line will be getting in. Like that, it will go for 5. 6 is less than or equal to 6. Condition tends to true. And now getting in 1, I, it means stop minus 1. So 6 minus 1, 5. So 1, 5. It will print until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the condition tends to false for 6, and outer part will be executed, and the I is plus equal to 1. Now in going I as 7, 7 is less than or equal to 6 is false, so it comes out. The outer part have no code. Is that clear now? Or having any doubt?
Why we are giving that end equal to, Dinesh?
this end equal, if we didn't give this end is equal to, here the print statement will always have a new line. So we are giving end as a tab space. So the print statement will end at with a tab space. It will not go for the next line. If we remove this end is equal to /t, it will print with the next line. You can see here. I will show. You can see here, it goes for the next line because generally the print statement will go for the next line. So we are giving that print statement to initialize that stop this print statement after end is equal to /t. So it will give a tab space and stops for the print statement. It will not go for the next statement. So we are giving that /t. Is that clear or having any other doubt?
Clear, Dinesh.
Okay. So nested loop has been finished. So we have finished the 3 looping structures. If else, and if elif statement, and now we have finished that while and for loop. So next going for the jump statements in Python. Okay, I will define with this what is for and while loop differentiation. In for loop, the number of repetitions is we have know in advance. It means we will know that the range we are giving that 1,30. So we will know that it will iterate until 29. So we want that operate to be executed until 29 times. If we want 30 times, will give us 31. So it will give the loop will be run until 30. So the iteration values will be known. How much time should be iterated. In while loop, we are giving a condition. So in this condition, we can't know that how many times will be iterated. We just want until this condition tends to false, you will work. So we are giving that I is less than or equal to 10, execute. So like that, we are not knowing that how many times it will iterate. So this is the main difference between for and while loop. We know how many iterations in advance in for loop, whereas we will not know how many times it will iterate in the while loop. And both are entry controlled check loop. It's the we need to execute the code statement until the given condition is satisfied. The block of code statement is executed until the specific condition is satisfied. We are giving a statement to run up to this this part, and in while loop we are giving a specified condition with the control statements. This is the difference. Let's go into our jump statements. Like the name jump, the loops will be jump from one part of the code to another part of the code. This is known as jump statements. We have 3 jump statements in Python: break, continue, and pass. So this is the flow chart of the jump statement. In normal we have checking for the this is assume as a loop. So we are getting in a condition, the condition tends to true, it will works. If the break statement is given in a statement, the break will terminate the loop and get out of the loop. This is the break statement. Whereas the continue will stop that iteration and continue with the next iteration. This is the continue statement works. We will further detailedly explain that. Break statement. The break statement terminates the loop containing in it. If a condition is given and we given a statement of code and we given a break, after that break statement, the loop will be terminated and get out of the code. You can see here in this meme. So here we are having the loop as a straight arrow. If the loop we have given a break statement, the break statement will terminate the loop and get out of the control. This is the break statement, how it works. So we are having a loop. We given a break statement in the loop. After that break statement, the loop will be terminated and get out of the code. Is that clear? Hello.
Yes, Anna.
Okay. So a while or for loop will iterate. Here any loops can be given, and we are giving a jump statement to the loop structures. So, but we can transfer the control out of the loop with the help of break statements. We will get out of the control from the loop statement. If we are giving that 2 to 100 and we in a condition of 50 we want to break statement, giving a break statement, so the loop will not execute until 100. The loop will terminate after that 50 itself. So the break statement works on that condition. So the break statement is inside a nested loop. Break will terminate the innermost loop. In the above example, we have seen that first we have while loop and we have next we have a for loop. In the for loop, we have given a break statement, means it will terminate the for loop and works with only with the while loop. It comes out of the for loop and comes with the while loop. Let me explain with the syntax and code. So in the syntax, it's simple break keyword. The break keyword helps you to break jump statement. So entering a loop, we are giving a condition. The condition is true. It's checking for the break statement. If the break statement is there, and the condition is true, then the exit the loop. If not, the remaining body of the loop is executed. This is the work of break statement. Here you can see that for variable in sequence in this for statement, we are giving for I in range of some, and if the condition we are giving, if the condition is I is double equal to 50. Now we are giving this condition as for I in 1, 100. So if condition I is double equal to 50 break. So in condition I is double equal to 50 break we are giving. So it will work until 1 to 50. It means 50. So in that 50 statement, 50 is double equal to 50. This break statement will be worked. So after this work condition break statement, the condition will be get out of the code. So the for loop will be terminated and does not execute after that code, after that 50, even though we have given the range as 100. So here you can see with the example as a word. So we are giving a word jump statement itself. So for word in jump statement, here if word is double equal to E break, so we are checking for the word is double equal to E break, or print end is equal to space. So we are giving that. First we are checking with the first one JUMP space STA. Now here the after this T we are having E, so the condition is checked. Word is double equal to E. So now it gives us E is double equal to E. Therefore it breaks. So it comes out of the loop and the for loop will be terminated. So the output will be a jump state. After this E, it will not have any remaining code because the loop have been terminated. That I will explain this in example. For word in Python, Python Indonesian. So now if word is double equal to give us H. What is double equal to H? Break. Otherwise, print. Print of word, comma in equal to slash T. Now I'm saying this. Why? Now I'm running this. The statement will print until PYT. After this H, the statement will get out of this code. So just I'm running this. Oh. Why it's not coming? Word is double equal to print word comma underscore slash. Yeah. You can see here. Now this condition is coming in. The word takes the first word P. So the P is checked with W equal to H. It tends to false. So the condition gets out and the print statement is executed as H P word as P and giving a space /T. Now the next iteration is gone. So the word is checking for the second word Y. So Y is W equal to H. It's checking for it false. So the print statement is executed as Y. And again, the next iteration goes. Now the T is taken and T is checking for the condition and it tends to false. So the print statement is executed. And now the H is being taken as word and H is W equal to H. It tends to true. So the break statement is executed. This break statement will terminate the loop outer part. So outer part, it doesn't have any code. So it doesn't execute anything. If we given here as else statement, the else statement will be executed after. The loop has been terminated. Less from it doesn't maintain. Then the loop is part only. Sorry guys, I have something else. The else part will be here only. It should be executed. I don't know what the issues. I don't know what's the issue. I will check and clarify it. Sorry for the what the error in here. Let me show the loop has been terminated.
Ganesh, the print word end equal to / is already the else statement of if, right?
No, it's in if statement only. So the else statement will be working. I'm saying this for the end. No, it has something. Why does it work?
The if is true, it will break, and or the if is false, it will print, right?
Yeah. No. In this condition, the break step will terminate the loop only, not the if statements. So the loop for loop will be terminated and come out of the for loop. So the else part should be executed here.
Okay.
That's the condition in break. So what I'm checking, the code is right, but I don't know why it's not printing. Okay, I will clarify and say next class. We don't want to waste time. Sorry, guys. So this is break statement. Here you can see that it have been working, but I don't know why it doesn't work. So next we have go for the continuous statement. I said that the break statement will terminate the loop. So in continuous statement, the continue will be work as just skipping that iteration and go for the next iteration. That is the continue. Here you can see in this continuous statement, the condition is checked. If that tends to true and having a continue, if that yes, then skip the remaining part of the body and go for the next iteration. That is the continuous statement. It coming in. If the continuous statement is true, Then it skips the remaining part of the body and goes to the next iteration. This is continuous statement. Here you can see that we are having a for loop and we are having a code inside for loop. We are giving a if condition. In this condition, we are giving continue. This condition tends to true, we are giving continue. This condition tends to true, the continue will skip the next part of the and goes to the next iteration of the for loop. This is continue. And meanwhile, in while also same only. The while is text expression, we are giving a text expression, and inside the we are having a code and we are giving a condition. If the condition tends to true and we having a continue keyword, then the continue will go for the next iteration of the code and skipping the remaining code inside the loop. We will go with this example. Check here with continue statement. Instead of break, we are giving continue. That's it. Here it's working. In break statement only, it's not working. I don't know what the issue. We are having space, and we are having here /n. So I'm saving this and run this module. Now you can see here, we are giving that word is double equal to h. In this condition, it's checked until t. After h, the h is checked for the condition. It gives continue, so the remaining part will not be executed, and the for loop will be continued with the next iteration. So the h will be skipped and go for the o. So you can see here that pyt. After that, we don't have h. We instead having o and n. So the h part have been skipped. So to skip a skip a loop, we use continue statement. If a condition tends to true and we are having a continue keyword, this continue keyword will stop that iteration and skip the next part of the code and goes for the next iteration. So now here you can see that we are having the else part also. After this whole for loop is finished at the end and comes out of the loop, the else part will be executed as the loop has been terminated. Is that clear for continue?
Yes, Anna.
Okay, ma'am. Wait, I will check again for a break. I don't know what the issues. Doesn't work. I will check and say, guys. Now, pass statement. I said that the jump statement has three: break, continue, and pass. Pass is a null statement. It means nothing. It will do nothing in the code. The pass will just skip that everything and just ignore it. So this is known as pass statement. In pass statement, Python program is a null statement. It will executed by the interpreter. It is completely ignored. Nothing happens when pass is executed. So the syntax is pass. Like that before we have break and continue, it has pass as a syntax. This is the example. Here you can see that we are giving an enter number in A and the condition is if A is double equal to 0. We are checking that the condition is 0. No. So then the else part will be executed. So the non-zero value is accepted. Here the output is as non-zero values accepted. For if we have a given as 0, it will nothing do. It will be a plain statement. It will not print any output. So it just skipped or ignored. This is the pass key jump statement. Is that clear? Any doubts?
No, Dinesh.
Okay. So that's it for this session. And I want to know that everyone are trying anything, reading a Python after these classes, because this 1 day and 1 hour class is not enough for us to gain the knowledge about the Python. So we have to be continuously working on it. So I just want to clear that we have to try anything. So if possible, my suggestion is to work with this code and try it yourself. If you have any doubt, you can ask in next session. Everyone will do, guys.
Yes, bro.
You are having many works, I know, but try to work with these problems. So it will help you to know how this works. So just by seeing, we can't know. So by interpreting in your mobile phone with a Python ideally, or in laptop or computer, so you can know how it works and what the problems are. So you can be clear what we are trying to do. So I will share this PPT in our group. So if I have any doubts, kindly ask me. So next in next session, we will go with the built-in user-defined function and scopes. And we will have a interaction quiz in the next session about this while, for loop, and if else, everything. So just prepare with that topics. Is it okay, guys? Having any doubt? Hello.
No, no.
No, sir.
Okay. 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 Thank you for this session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, na.
Thank you, na.
Thank
Bye,
you,
na.
Dinesh. Bye.